Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sharon's Home and Garden. I am sitting here enjoying the fruits of my labor. Yesterday, I got everything planted, and that is a huge accomplishment this time of year. It's quite late in the season, but we had a really late spring, and I am really looking forward to watching everything grow. Last weekend, actually through about Tuesday, we had a lot of rain. And I just could not get out here because it was just raining. We had about, I would say, 4 inches of rain. So that was a lot. Now it hasn't rained since, and I probably have to water today. So, hi Macy. You gonna say hi to everybody? Huh? They just get to see your butt. So I am out here. I'm going to label a bunch of the plants that I labeled with marker because the marker just doesn't work. It fades with the sun and it just doesn't last very long. Even the permanent, like Sharpie markers, they don't last very long. So I use these cedar shims and a paint pen, and then I go over them with a clear acrylic and put them in the ground, and that way you can actually tell what you're planting. This year I'm doing the Great Tomato and Pepper Experiment. I have quite a few varieties in here, and I'm going to pick like I don't know if I'm going to do 4 varieties or 6 varieties of my favorites, and then only plant those next year. Because having this many varieties is just, it's too much work. So we'll see what my favorites are. So I'm going to sit here and label some of these, and then we're going to get into some tomato maintenance today, because the tomatoes have really taken off with this rain that happened last week. Everything is really starting to grow, and when you're planting this closely, and I'm kind of using the square foot method this year to try to get more varieties in here, when you're planting this closely, you have to prune. You just have to. So I got to get in here and start pulling out the suckers and single stem a lot of these tomatoes. So join me in the garden and we will get to work. Talk to you soon. So as you can see, I have caged or staked all of my tomatoes. And in this kind of close quarters, the stakes would probably be the better option. But I ran out of stakes. So it's as simple as that. Aren't these colors fun in these tomato cages? I just love looking at them. My girlfriend gave me a bunch of tomato cages. They were old and rusty, but they were perfectly sound. And so I painted them, and I think they're so pretty. Okay, now we have to trim. So this tomato, I forgot to put a stake in there. What I do is I put a stake and a cage. But the ones that have the cages don't get the real big thick canes. So you can see down here, you've got growth coming up. Here's the baby leaves. So I'm gonna go here. Here's the sucker already forming, and trim. Keep getting my hands in there. All of this off. Now, I have blight in this garden, and I was a little late in putting the mulch down here. So, and we had a big rainstorm. So I'm going to be fortunate if I can get away with not having blight on these tomatoes. So you can see I've got them nice and trimmed. Get rid of the suckers. And that one is all set. Now, I've been using these just to hold them tight. They might, like this one's pretty tight here. I might have to change to string because this one's pretty tight. Let's go up here. Here. And that will just hold it on there. So I'm all sweaty. It is really warm here today. So that's how I take care of that. If you look at this here, you can see that it's gonna go, I don't know if you can see this, but in here, one of these will go up and become the main stem as it grows. But getting rid of the foliage down here is really going to help with the spreading of the blight virus. So I'm going to go through and do the rest of these, and actually I'm going to go eat lunch first, and then we'll see how long it takes me. It's going to be a hot afternoon, so we will check back here in a little while. It's going to take me a while to do this. All right, see you in a bit. So this is before. So here is the after. You see how much I have underneath each plant. Now all these tomatoes were winter sown, so I was hoping they would be a little tougher, but if you look, yeah, let me pull this one up. If you look here, you can see the beginnings of blight. See that? So in my sprayer, it's a gallon sprayer, I have a tablespoon, 3 tablespoons of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, and a couple drops of dish soap, and mix that up, and I'm going to spray all these tomatoes in hopes that I can stop. I took off all the leaves that had blight on them, and so hopefully I can stop it. I'm gonna get it. I mean, there's just no way around it. My garden isn't big enough to get rid of it completely. This, I was gonna sanitize it this spring and we went from having snow on the ground very late in the season until April. I just did not have the time because you have to leave the silage tarps on your garden for 6 weeks, and I just didn't have the time. So hopefully this will stop it. So there you go, just a little bit of tomato maintenance. Now I'll have to keep up with this quite often. Tomatoes grow pretty fast. We are expected to get rain this week Tuesday, and everything will take off after that. I've noticed that after the last rain that everything really took off. I was beginning to worry about these tomatoes because they were so small, because they were winter sown and because we had such a late spring. They really got a late start, but it seems like they're catching up now, so we should be okay. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. I hope that you enjoyed what you saw here. I hope you learned something new. If you have any questions, leave them below in the comments section. I'm sure I forgot to cover something, so you never know. The heat is starting to get to me. I'm gonna go sit on the hammock and finish my iced tea, and then I got a garden. Then I have to water the garden tonight because we have not had rain in a while. So enjoy your day, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you soon. Oh, and always remember, be it ever so humble, there's no place like home. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.